New Testament.
Okay. The story of the transfiguration.
Out, two of you. See the video. You don't pass, come out. You don't pass. Say no that.
The story of Sodom and Gomorrah.
No, out.
If you delay,
The story of the New Testament, sorry, the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. If I even talk and I don't know, I come back. Please, this is the last one. The story of the resurrection. The story of the resurrection is in the New Testament, the Old Testament. The story of Adam and Eve. The story of Adam and Eve is in the New Testament, the Old Testament. Okay.
Go back.
The story of the Sermon on the Mount, New Testament, the Old Testament.
Wait, stay here first. They don't pass.
The story of the Sermon on the Mount is in the New Testament, the Old Testament.
Hello. Have a nice day.
The story of Noah and the Ark. The story of Noah and the Ark is in the New Testament, the Old Testament.
Old Testament.
Okay. It's all right. The story of the Beatitudes. The story of the Beatitudes is in the New Testament, the Old Testament.
New Testament.
Adaku, I hope BP will catch you here.
It's okay. The story of the parting of the Red Sea. The story of the parting of the Red Sea is in the New Testament, the Old Testament.
Back to the line.
The story of Pharaoh and his chariots. The New Testament, the Old Testament.
Have a nice day.
If you want that,
Okay, give me some money.
Okay. The story of the coat of many colors.
Stay where you are.
The story of the coat of many colors is in the New Testament, the Old Testament.
Old Testament. Have a nice day. Oh yeah.
hey!
Come closer.
That's a video.
Are we there? It's not allowed to distract you. The story of Pentecost. The story of Pentecost is in the New Testament, the Old Testament.
Have a nice day.
The story of the Father of all nations.
No.
The story of the Father of all nations is in the New Testament, the Old Testament.
Please.
They follow my leg.
Oh yeah. Maybe we are inside here.
Okay.
Hot, make sure
The
you're hot.
story of Job. The story of Job is in the New Testament, the Old Testament. You can remove your sheep, it's going to disturb you. Yeah, come back. The story of Eli and his sons. The story of Eli and his sons is in the New Testament or Old Testament. The story of Jesus and the 10 lepers. The story of Jesus and the 10 lepers is in the New Testament or Old Testament. Please allow them. Please allow them call out the answer first before the person leaves. Okay? The story of the baptism at Jordan. The story of the baptism at Jordan is in the New Testament or Old Testament. Yeah, alright. Okay. The story of Paul and Silas. The story of Paul and Silas is in the New Testament or Old Testament. The story of the fishers of men. Story of the features of men is in the New Testament or Old Testament. No distraction. The story of David and Goliath. The story of David and Goliath is in the New Testament or Old Testament. Please, I want to hear you now. The story of the Garden of Eden. The story of the Garden of Eden is in the New Testament or Old Testament.
Old Testament.
The story of the betrayal with a kiss.
No, allow her.
The story of the betrayal with a kiss is in the New Testament or Old Testament.
New Testament.
Please, is there glucose? Somebody wants to fail. No, that's not. Jennifer wants to fail.
The story of the Lord's Prayer. The story of the Lord's Prayer is in the New Testament or Old Testament. Okay. The story of the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes.
I tell you, I said, the thing will go come out and go come out.
Please, can we allow participate?
I try now.
The story of the 10 Commandments. Old Testament.
Old Testament.
Don't fall my hand. No, don't fall my hand.
Okay, let's go.
Continue.
Okay.
I beg, hold on.
The story of walking on the water. The story of walking on the water is in the New Testament or Old Testament. Yeah. The story of Abraham and Isaac. The story of Abraham and Isaac is in the New Testament or Old Testament. Okay. The story of 700 wives and 300 concubines. The story of 700 wives and 300 concubines is in the Old Testament or New Testament.
Old Testament.
Okay. The story of the wise and foolish virgins. The story of the wise and foolish virgins in the Old Testament or New Testament. All right, let's go. The story of the 10 plagues. Hold on. We must get the winner. So, because then it's a tie. This is a tie. We'll get the winner. Let's go. This is a tie. Okay. It's all right. The story of the wall of Jericho. The story of the wall of Jericho is in the New Testament or Old Testament?
Old Testament.
Okay. The story of Samson and Delilah.
Jesus told
The story of Samson and Delilah is in the New Testament or Old Testament? Okay. The story of the 10 plagues. The story of the 10 plagues is in the New Testament or Old Testament? Okay. Yeah. The story of the prophets of Baal. The story of the prophets of Baal is in the New Testament or Old Testament? It's okay.
Champion stage now, no time.
The story of the king Nebuchadnezzar. Okay? Alright. The story of the 3 wise men. This time we must break this tie today. It's alright. The story of the Great Commission. So we have the winner.
To be the best, number one and nothing less. So stand up for the champion.